So thank you very
Good.
much. Okay.
Okay.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Second presenter is Chen Liu, narrating through ruins. Okay, please go ahead.
Thank you, Professor. Hello, everyone. My name is Chen. I'm from ADADA University. I'm a PhD student. My theme today, I will present my paper named Narrating Through Ruins, Audiovisual Strategies in Are You Still Moving Forward? It's a practice-based research on audiovisual narrativity, and it's also part of my PhD study. So here's a quick question. What's the definition of audiovisual? I think we have many keywords for that, like they are interactive, like live performance or installation. As for the contents, I think most of audiovisual works today have with computer programming, like Max MSP or Touch Designer, like for the music, obviously there's electronic music, and for the visual, some of footage are like VJ stuff, some of them are 3D model stuff, CG stuff, and another, maybe there are some generated art stuff. And a quick brief history, for example, the Oscar Fischinger and John Whitney during the early 20th century, they used audio to following the change of animation, or the opposite side, kind of like a counterpoint. So after 21st century, like I said, with the Max MSP or Touch Designer, like real-time programming software, we can control audio and visual more easily. We can, for example, we can use audio signal to generate the visual, or we can use visual to affect the audio. And there's another kind of like a trend after 2010. Artists like Liu Chen, one of the most famous audiovisual artists in Japan, he started to use 3D data to scan a real-time, a real-world building, like for example factories, and he used this data to build a non-realistic scene in Max MSP or the 3D CG software. And well, as you can see, audiovisual today is going to be very fancy. There are some installations like very high resolution visuals. So here's my question of this paper. So, I think after these pictures, I think most of you guys maybe think that audiovisual must be a non-narrative thing because it's not a film or movie. It doesn't tell a story, right? But my question is, can we use audiovisual works to tell a story? Well, I think it's difficult because audiovisual work is absolutely kind of abstract and has maybe a lack of traditional plot or structure. And the next question is, can we have some sort of the possibility of narrative, some sort of narrative in audiovisual works? For example, some things it can't be storylized. For example, the moment feeling, the something emotional thing. It can that is hard to tell by a story. So with these things, how to deal with that? So in this paper, I chose drone as a medium. So here's a background of the narrative study, and most framework of narrative study, like narratology, is about novel study, literature study, and film study. Obviously, they are from the genre of structuralist view, but in the late 20th century, there has a paradigm shift change of narratology study. They have a post-structured narratology study. They are not focused on the story itself. They are studying to focus on the feeling, which is called, what we call narrativity. So there's difference between narrative and narrativity. Narrative is about structured things, but the narrativity is more like experience, dynamic feeling, and how to generate a meaning. So there's another theoretical framework of the runes, which is in Japanese is haikyo. So there are two framework and talk about the runes. Well, the first paper, this is a paper, Tom Lan, Professor Tom Lan said in his paper that when we explore the rune, well, it's kind of like a fashion event for young people today. So this kind of behavior shows a response to critique to the unfulfilled promise. Like, for example, the government promised us we will have a great future, but the ruined building itself kind of like an ironic thing that the great future didn't come true. So both of, for example, in the Christopher Edward in his book In Ruins, says that the ruin is not only a visual remains of the past, but the catalyst for the political criticism. And both of them shows that ruin can stimulate people's feeling. So there's a case study I presented yesterday about my work. Are you still moving forward? But here's the I mixed visual with 3D model and 2D visual, which I use a VHS tape camera to produce a analog scene, a nostalgic scene. Here's a 3D scene, and I also import a concept which is the nearby. And it comes from Professor Xiang Biao, and Chinese social anthropologist, and now currently is a director in Max Planck Institute in Germany. Well, in his theory, that the nearby is that something we can't storylize. It's kind of like a social relations capability to build, for example, in 20 years ago in China, we have a really close relationship with communities or neighborhood, but now those relationship has gone. So it describes some moment that vanishing in China. And the primary school, the ruin of primary school is a great metaphor for the nearby, and there also have slogans in, for example, they're Chinese, but they are really good words like courage, like share, like dedicate yourself in the to educate the children. But when the children was growing up, they becomes not believing it. So this is I took a video from the primary school ruins. It's from a former president of China, but the left word, this word, half word was dropped. So the Chinese word means half, but it dropped means kind of like don't have. And the main thing, you're still moving forward, is painting in the wall. it's a Chinese, but it means are you still moving forward? It's kind of like a time capsule to awake people's feeling to this building, to the past, or to the memory of themselves. So the slogan and the meaning to the main theme is during although there are some ruins, you may be disappointed, but are you still in your inside? Are you still trying to make yourself moving forward? Is kind of the main thing. So the mechanism of narrativity is through ruins. We use ruins like as a narrative trigger to those visual motive to provide a collapse of ideology and the collective memory. For example, the primary school is the common memory of all Chinese students, and the loss of the nearby concept. So the viewer becomes kind of like a co-author in their mind, their memories to build their own narrativity. So, and in the audio part, I use a sample of eye exercises. It's also a symbol, an audio symbol for the Chinese student. It's a kind of another metaphor for that. We should protect our eyesight, but even if we do it every day, our eyesight is not getting better because the hard work study every day. And I also use piano. It's a reverse of Eric Sarti's piece, and I try to make a emotional feeling for that. So here's the title of this work. And here's the visual of this film. So my conclusion is, first, audiovisual has been challenging the definition of the traditional narrative, and also I think drawing as a medium, it's very useful to activate people's memory. Sorry. And the third is drawing. It can carry people's emotion for the narrativity stuff. And the final is with the point of view is in post-structuralism. We can have an approach to understand the narrativity in audiovisual works. And thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there any question? Okay, I have a question about this. You choose, for the technique, you choose a cloud point data structure for the audio, for the visual.
Yeah.
So, why did you choose that technique? Is it for the narrative?
I think the first I shot for the primary school is the VHS film, and I think after I took that movies, I think I need something contrast. I think I need something strong. For example, the 2D and the 3D and the analog and the digital. I want to use this contrast to show the time changes. And I think the point cloud is the coolest stuff in these years to do that. So I use it.
Thank you. Okay, any question? Oh, yeah, okay.
Thank you very much. I think that's really interesting work.
Thank you.
I was wondering, so you have these ruins to kind of tell a narrative story, but so my reading of this work is kind of the story is already there in a sense. So it's this I don't know, economic growth, and you work hard, and then in the future you will live a prosperous life. Kind of this is sort of the story I see in this work, but your work that you also showed yesterday kind of only like takes an outsider perspective on this. If like you don't really tell a story, I think that you kind of look at somebody else's story, right?
Yeah. I think like you said that if you work hard, you will have a better future. Those myths in China has been broken. Yeah, so maybe the student who was grown up and saw those primary school ruins, they will feel disappointed. Yeah, but I think those building, the scene, that building is the slogan inside was stopped like in 2008. Well, it is the Olympic year in China, and kind of like a strongest memory in my generation. So I'm really touched with this thing.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you very much for your presentation. Thank you. Okay, so we have a third presenter.